Okay. So now we finished the base of the chair. So what we're going to go ahead and do is do the legs. So we're going to go ahead and design the legs and make sure that we do not just boxy legs, but I mean we could do that in like 2 seconds. But we want something with a little bit of design. So we're starting to get into design. So now we're going to introduce a new tool. It's going to be really cool. So we're going to learn about the lathe tool. But before we can lathe anything, we need to draw what the leg should look like. So I'm going to go to my side view. And there is my y-axis. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a design for the leg and how I want the leg of the chair to be based on my curve tool. So in my curve tool, so remember you have your object tool, then you have your curve tool to draw. And there's so many different ones. There's that one that controls the angles, this one that you can just plop them in and go. So I'm going to show you the difference. This one, you can just click and then click and then just, you know, create whatever shape you want. And then hit enter when you're done. Okay? It's good. Oops, undo. Enter, done, in, back, object mode. Okay. So it's not bad, it's good, but the one I kind of like, it's a little bit tricky to play with at the beginning. It looks kind of weird and creepy, is the Bezier one. You guys see that one? Yep. Right there? And this one, the idea is that, you know, when you draw, you can choose to do sharp corners and round corners if you just click and drag. So if I... Yeah, exactly. So if I plop one in, plop another one down here, and maybe do this, and I want this to be a little bit rounder so I can see, I can pull that down, and you get like more of a design. So let's say I want to kind of get it concave, move that there, move this, and then maybe here for the base, and do one more here, one more there, and then out. And what you could do, even if you're not done and you don't know exactly, you can always go back to that and then take your dots and, you know, you can move them and rearrange them. Oops, undo. Hello. Hello. Go back to object mode and then go back to point mode. Well, object mode, select the object, go back to point mode, and then you can select the points and you can move them as you wish. So you can see that you're moving and directing the curves, or you can move the exact point supposedly by moving. Here we go. By selecting the dot and then supposedly moving it. For some reason, it's still tackling the move tool object. And anyway, in any case, in any of them that you desire, you can actually get, based on this axis, you can get any type of tool. This is going to be sharper. So it's going to go sharp, like an edge, and then go all the way around. All you have to do is select that parallel to the y-axis, because that's where it's going to rotate around. You're going to go ahead and click on that and say lathe. Watch what happens. Boom. Nothing happens because it's right there, just like the extrude tool. See, I tricked you guys. So, so now that it's there, you can select your spline, and then put it right there. So now you got that look right there. And I'm going to go ahead and select that, create another one, and take the other one and move that there. So why is it doing that? That's because it's really far from the axis, so I got to move it really close. So the further you push away, let me just undo this one. I can see here it's kind of like snapping right there. So I'm just going to undo that one. I'm going to take my curve and just push it a little bit here so there's like a nice thing there and it's not too sharp right here. And I'm going to go ahead and lathe that. So you can see there's more room there. And remember, it's always you can always edit it and add more segments to it and so on and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and move that away. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and select my next curve. And I'm going to put that right there next to the axis. I want this to kind of like be exact on right there. So I'm going to go ahead and go here and go lathe again. And then I'm going to grab my other curve and put it on top of lathe. So now I got that shape. So I got both shapes. I can go into here and look how beautiful they look. Don't they look awesome? So you can have this look, you can have that look. Any of them, let's say I'll put these at the front and those on the back. So now all I have to do is I can go ahead and put that there. And you can use the top view, guys. Check this out. You can use the top view so you're not making any mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that off right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and Command C, Command V. Grab that, place it there. And then for the back ones, if I want, I'm still working on the design. I could put one here and just call it a day. Yeah, it's like a three-legged outfall this way. Absolutely no balance, right? So an ottoman or something. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and move it here. And Command C, Command V, and move it there. So now, when we go ahead and see that it's a little bit short, it's like a chair for a tiny person, but you can see that you got the the legs at least working. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes. Yeah.
So the lathe tool, and once you learn how to do the lathe tool, it's so much fun because you can do lamps, you can do cups, you can do anything at all. I mean, the lathe tool is just so crazy.
Yeah.
So extrude and lathe, you can do almost all objects you need, the water bottles, anything at all that you need. So if I was doing, let's say I'm doing a chess piece. Let me just push this stuff all the way, and I'm just gonna select this tool because I have no time to select everything. I'm just gonna do that and move everything that way. Goes away. And then let's say I'm doing let's say I'm doing a chess piece or something, and you start with the head, and then maybe you give it a little bit of a neck, and then maybe you give it a little bit of a body, and then from the body maybe you give it a little bit of an in, and then a bigger out all the way. It's going to be a big piece here. Undo, here, and then I'll give it down a base, and then from the base I'll just get a little bit of an edge. And by the way, when you click, you don't have to let go. You can click and then drag and see how it looks. And then that there. And then to close it, I'll just drop it right there. I'll do 2 so I can get a straight line. Whenever you want a sharper line, you can just help it out. So you can get something like that. You hit enter. Okay, and yeah, I need to move some dots around, but basically, once I go ahead and do the lathe tool, I can take my curve, put it all the way, and undo. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
No. Wait, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a little bit disproportionate, but you guys get the idea. It's a lamp, and it wasn't meant to be.
It looks like something with a big hat.
Yes, or a table. There we go. It's like there we go.
Okay, it's an upside down table.
Yes. So you can continue, manipulating it.